How's it going, everyone? This is Tom of RedmondPie.com. Apple released iOS 7 Beta 4 yesterday, and in came a load of new features, mainly just tiny UI changes and little things like that, but there were some decent ones, so I'm going to go over the main ones in this video. I'm going to have a post over on RedmondPie.com with all of the changes, or pretty much close to all of the changes, and that'll be linked in the top bar of the description if you need to follow it, but let's just jump straight in with the changes in iOS 7 Beta 4. So the first change we're looking at is the animation speed. So the animation speed has been kind of improved. I wouldn't say all of them have been sped up, but most of the ones we were all complaining about have been sped up. So if you see, if we open up the multitasking tray, it's a lot quicker. If we go ahead and open up a folder here, and then you can scroll over and launch an app, just like that, it's all a lot more snappy, and it gives a lot, kind of a nicer feel. It was really annoying before having to go into the settings and waiting at least kind of 2 seconds for the animation to start and finish. It was just a kind of a bad user experience. This is a lot better, it's a lot quicker. It gives a fluid kind of feel, which wasn't present in Beta 3 and before that. And that leads on to our next change of fluidity and stability. So if you just kind of navigate through the operating system, all of these kind of little additions are all very fluid now. iOS 7 is coming to the end of its beta development. It is becoming a consumer operating system. It's getting to the point where it could be released. So it's important that everything is very fluid now, and it really is getting to that stage. So that is kind of the biggest changes you're seeing in all of these betas. It's just making it more reliable and a better experience. The next change is the lock screen user interface. So if we just go ahead and lock this iPod Touch, we're going to go ahead and unlock it, and you can see that now, before we had a little up arrow here, which kind of made you want to swipe up. Now we've just got a flat bar for the notification center and a flat bar for the control center, just like that, and now we have an arrow on the slide to unlock, and that's the way it should be. It's kind of just a much cleaner and a much more efficient way, because if you had arrows, you're going to get people who aren't new to iOS or anything like that going, like, swiping up and stuff and getting the control center and getting a bit confused. So that is a correction from that point of view as well. Next up, we have some spotlight changes. If we just swipe down here, you can see that you have a cancel button next to the spotlight search. You can actually cancel it like that. Before you had to kind of just tap, but that's just a very small change. You can also swipe through pages on your notification center. So if you can see here, before you had to actually tap the tabs, but now you can just swipe just like this through the page. To be honest, this is what the kind of substance of the changes are in iOS 7 Beta 4, because there are going to be lots of small additions like this. If we head into the camera app for a second, go ahead and open this up. You'll see that the HDR is now in the top. That's a new location. It wasn't in there before. So again, just a small little change, but all of these are important for a final release of a operating system. If we open up the Reminders app, if we go over to my iOS 7 folder, let's just try and find it. Reminders, there we go. We do have a Reminders search now. So if I pull down, you can see that you get a search bar along the top, kind of like in Spotlight on your home screen, but that is new in Reminders. There was not present before, so a useful feature for people who use the stock Reminders application. Not so big of a feature for anyone who doesn't have an iPhone 4S, but if you do have an iPhone 4S, you couldn't use filters. You couldn't apply the filters, these right here, but now iOS 7 Beta 4 supports filters for the iPhone 4S. If we just go ahead into the YouTube app now, and whilst we've got the video open in full screen, you can swipe up, and you see that you get, swipe up from the side and you get the grabber. That, of course, will work in certain orientations, and likewise, you get the same for the top as well there. So if I had it like, you would get the swipe up and then the swipe down, and they're kind of just little grabbers for use when grabbing on a video and you don't want to interrupt the video. You might be an accident. That is that feature. Finally, we'll just open up Siri here, and what I'm going to do is just ask it a question. Hi, Siri.
Good evening, Tom.
Okay, so now you can scroll up through that history. Is Oscar to question? Hi, Siri. Right, okay, let's just close this now, and you'll see that before you wouldn't be able to access that history, but if we open up Siri again, just cancel her, and then we can scroll down, and you can see the history that you previously viewed that you previously had open in your previous Siri window. There we have it, guys. That's the main sort of features within iOS 7 Beta 4. Not a huge amount of really substantial changes, most tiny UI changes and little additions like that. The biggest feature by far is the stability and the animations. It's now becoming an operating system which I feel like consumers could be using right now. This is not one that's buggy in development. It feels more like a ready-to-go software. If you have enjoyed or found this video helpful, definitely go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe to the Redmond Pie YouTube channel if you haven't done already. Follow us on all of your social networks. Those links are down below. And otherwise, guys, I will catch you next time.